Hello everyone, I'm Bottles and welcome to Releasing the Unreleased. Unreleased games have always fascinated me to my core. Not only do I find the concept of an abandoned project for a very popular franchise super interesting, but I also always think about how the franchise would have been affected if these games were to be released. I'm going to start off our series proper by going into as many unreleased Sonic games as I can, speculating how it would have affected future Sonic canon if these games were to be released. The game we will be talking about today is definitely a strange one, just because of how we found out it exists. Sonic the Hedgehog Awakening. Before we get into the details about this game, just know that there really is nothing, and I mean nothing, out about this game other than one small little detail, which I'll get into in the next section. Due to that, all of my description of what this game could have possibly been is nothing but fan speculation. It is speculated that Sonic the Hedgehog Awakening was going to be a story tie-in to Sonic 06. The game was set to come out anywhere between 2006 and 2009, which would be the perfect time for a sequel story to what was established in Sonic 06, since that would have been the latest mainline Sonic game at that point. Another bit that's speculated about the game is that it would have starred Silver the Hedgehog of all characters. Not only that, but Silver the Hedgehog may have been the only character from the Sonic franchise that would have been in the game, which is why people believe he would have been the central character. Other than that, there's nothing else we could speculate about what this game would have been at all. Now, to the reason why we know about this game's supposed existence at all. There are speculations as to why this game was cancelled, but I also have my own speculation as well. I feel like in order to properly tell you why, however, is to tell you how we even know of this game's existence. Just like how Sonic Sports was a random magazine article and Sonic Jr. may have just been a Sega executive spouting nonsense in the wake of the release of Echo Jr., this game's creation in the public eye is just as ridiculous. We know of Sonic the Hedgehog Awakening's existence because it appeared on Pete Capella's website. What's interesting about that is what that implies. This game was so far in development that they did voice work for it. That usually means that everything else about the game was done first. This would essentially mean that the game itself was finished, all they had to do was add the voices now. This would imply that there is a full Sonic game out there, potentially starring Silver the Hedgehog, that was just never released or talked about ever. It's also really strange that Pete Capella is the only voice actor to have ever acknowledged being a part of this game as well. Nothing from Jason Griffith, Mike Pollock, Lisa Ortiz, not Erica Schroeder, nobody. Just Pete Capella. The circumstances around this game's existence are very weird. The fan speculation for why the strange circumstances around this game are the way they are is that the game was never cancelled at all. It was just a code name for an existing Sonic game. I find this to be improbable, however, because the rest of the games that Silver was in were already listed on the website as well, like Sonic 06, Sonic Rivals, and Sonic and the Secret Rings. What I think is that very shortly after the release of Sonic 06, they wanted to give Silver a spin-off game much like they did with Shadow the Hedgehog. After seeing the catastrophic reception that Sonic 06 got, however, they were very apprehensive to release a game that had anything to do with that game. Hell, Sonic 06 made it so Sega wanted to get rid of the adventure formula, so why wouldn't it make them scrap a whole game as well? Assuming this was a game starring Silver the Hedgehog, the possibilities for how it would have affected the canon are endless. If it took place before Sonic 06, we could have explored what Silver's future was actually like and how he met up with and became friends with Blaze. If it takes place after Sonic 06, we could have seen how Silver's future looked in a post-06 universe, now that Solaris doesn't exist anymore. We can see a revisioned future, maybe even see some of Silver fighting Eggman's successor. Hell, maybe we wouldn't be so confused about Blaze's status as being from the future or from another dimension, because this game could have cleared it up. You know, Sega's incessant confusion of the future and an alternate dimension. It happened with Blaze, Eggman, the future one, and now classic Sonic. When does it stop? I want off. Either way, getting more context to Silver's character would have been pretty neat. That concludes this episode of Releasing the Unreleased. What did you guys think? Are there games that you guys want me to cover that just have never come out? Put your suggestions in the comments below and let's learn about the wonderfully weird world of canceled games together. If you want to see the next episode of this series, tune in next week, but if you're impatient, become a channel member to be able to watch the episode right now. Our social media are in the description below, as well as our merch store, and make sure to support the channel as much as you can. The more you support, the more I can eat. With that, I bid you, my well-esteemed guests, adieu.